guys, it's Christina. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video on my spring perfume tray. So I'm not sitting in front of the camera because honestly I'm exhausted. But no, I just wanted to do this because you guys, I'm going to show you the weather yesterday and the weather today. In Texas, it is already hitting 70 degrees. It's no longer time for me to be wearing these heavy leather, oud, vanilla fragrances. I'm not saying that anybody has to wear certain fragrances certain times of the year, but me personally, I like to smell fresh and clean. I do like fruity florals or florientals for the springtime, and I switched up my perfume tray completely this morning. And this morning I was in a rush and I just was looking at my perfume tray and I was like, man, I had like leather perfumes out. I had like heavy orientals. I had some oud perfumes. I was like, no. We need to switch it up. And I realized when I switched everything up that these were all perfumes, like quite a few of them that I have never talked about before. So let's get into it. So the first one that I have on my first spring perfume tray of 2021 is Alien by Mugler. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge fan of Alien. It is a jasmine amber woody perfume. It's very strong. It's kind of femme fatale. By the way, excuse my nails. I'm also going to be doing them, in case you guys are wondering why I'm so jacked up. I'm doing vaccination support. I've talked about it on my community page. I'm a nurse, and yeah, I've been working to try and get control of the situation. Pandemic, it's been horrible. But yeah, that's why I haven't had time to do my nails. Okay, I've been working like heavy days, Monday through Saturday. It's been intense, but I think we're making some good progress in the world. Anyway, Mugler Alien is amazing. It's a very strong jasmine perfume. I typically wear it during the winter and fall, but I think it also works really well as a nighttime perfume during the springtime. Yeah, it's the most gorgeous jasmine perfume I've ever smelled in my life. So this next one is one I wore today, and it always surprises me because I feel like it is very generic, but I do like it a lot. And this is Yves Saint Laurent Mon Paris. By the way, if you're going to comment down below on my pronunciation or whatever, please save yourself some time. I am American. First language is English. My second language is Spanish. And I speak both of those fluently. And I know a little bit of French, but I mean, come on. You know what I mean? I'm not native to France. So I wouldn't expect somebody from, not from Spain or Mexico to have like a perfect Spanish accent. So please, let's not do that right now. My channel is very open. We're open to constructive criticism, and I'm open to all you guys' opinions on everything, but please don't be rude to each other, and please don't be a piece of shit to me, because you will be blocked. Okay, anyway, Mon Paris is a strawberry berry sweet, like fruity floral. It's very pretty. It is a little bit generic, but I really do like it. It's a dumb range for me for work, because it's not too loud, and it's sweet, and it's just pretty. It makes me feel pretty and clean, which is like in this warm weather, it's what I like to feel. I'm almost out of it. This was a gift a couple years ago. When I run out of this, because I do like the DNA of this fragrance, I'm going to be purchasing this one, which is Mon Paris Couture, which as you can see I finished. I did a post on my Instagram page. You can follow my Instagram here. You guys, this is amazing. This is the very similar DNA with a grapefruit note. It has a little bit more of a tangy, lychee, like more bright DNA, and it's different. It's a very pretty, interesting, fruity floral for the spring. I like it a lot. I would highly recommend Mon Paris Couture over the original Mon Paris. I have talked about Pure Poison in multiple videos. Yeah, it's a white flower, very beautiful, clean jasmine perfume. It's very sexy. Men love this. It is just an extraordinary, beautiful, feminine fragrance that I love for the spring and the summer. So my perfume tray is Valentino Donna, Born in Roma. This is a jasmine bourbon vanilla. This is a rich, delicious, bright, sweet, intoxicating, gorgeous fragrance that is highly underrated. It's very not typical, especially for a designer perfume. I highly recommend this. I'm keeping this out for the spring. I feel like this is most appropriate for the fall, but it is also very juicy, and it has a really pretty vanilla vibe. I don't know. The vibe is very feminine, and the vibe is like very deep and reminds me of a jazz bar, but it's not so heavy that it's not appropriate for spring. I think this is the perfect transition perfume from, winter to spring, because it's not too light and it's not too heavy. So it's just perfect. I love it. Next one is Coco Manueselle. We've all heard of Coco Manueselle. This is the intense version. It has a little bit more tonka bean, a little bit less patchouli. I love it so much. For the warmer months going into the summer, I'm going to be purchasing the Era Toilette, which is an even lighter version than the Coco Manueselle original, and it has a little bit more citrus to it, a little bit less patchouli. If you know me and my channel, you know I do not like patchouli. So I love a lot of Chanel's fragrances. However, a lot of them are very heavy on the patchouli, and anytime they come out with something that's a little bit more citrus or a little bit more tonka bean, a little more heavy, that doesn't have that super heavy, like dirty patchouli, I'm all about it because I love a lot of the stuff they do. I think they do very classic, beautiful perfumes. I mean, they're Chanel, and I think Coco Manueselle is amazing, but just the original Eau de Parfum, for me, it just has too much patchouli, and I can smell it, and it just bothers me. So if you're somebody who doesn't love patchouli, I recommend the Intense or the Eau de Toilette. I also have in here Jessica Simpson Fancy, which is a delicious caramel, juicy pear, like just a very beautiful fruity gourmand fragrance. It's incredibly affordable. It's the only celebrity fragrance, or one of the only celebrity fragrances I think are actually worth going out and buying. I will be doing a celebrity fragrance video very soon. Actually, you can click here if it's already up. If not, it will be up very soon. And yeah, this is one that I've been using for years. I highly recommend it. It smells extremely expensive, and it's not expensive at all. This is the next one. This is Mongolian Era Toilette. It is a bright, beautiful version of Mongolian with more lavender, a little less vanilla. This is my favorite version of Mongolian. I think that it's beautiful. The original Eau de Parfum for me is a little bit too heavy. And it's not like, I don't know, light enough to wear during the spring or like the summer for me. And it's like not heavy enough to wear during the fall and winter. So I actually prefer the Sensual version and the Intense version. And I prefer the Eau de Toilette for this time of year where it starts to get warmer. I just think it's spring-like. It's pretty, it's bright, it's so comforting as well. This is a beautiful after the shower fragrance just to lay down in your bed, in your pajamas, and relax, or in the morning just to like spray this on and go out to your porch and drink a cup of tea or a cup of hot coffee. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Just out on your patio, just like taking in nature. And yeah, I just imagine this is like the perfect fragrance for that, and it's beautiful. Next, I have the perfect first date fragrance, which is Lancome Midnight Rose. It's a juicy blackberry rose fragrance. It's mostly blackberries, mostly sweet, juicy, plump berries with a little bit of rose in it. It's gorgeous. It's a little bit dark. This is perfect in my opinion all year round, but I keep this out because it's another gem reach for me. I don't think it's too much for like work, and it's also perfect I think for like first encounters, first type meetings. It's a very safe fragrance. It's nothing too crazy, but I love it. I'm able to take this bad boy out again. I feel like this in the warm weather does beautiful things, and this is Burberry Her. This was made by Mason Francis Cook. I talked about this before, but this is essentially Baccarat Rouge with some strawberry DNA and a little bit of whipped cream. It's better, in my opinion, than Baccarat Rouge 540 by MFK, which is like a $300 perfume. And this is like a third of the price. It's so much more interesting. It still has that molecular feel where you can smell it in the air, and it just has a trail and projection that lingers. And it has like this beautiful woody, like cotton candy, interesting vibe to it. And it just has this delicious opening of strawberries. It's gorgeous. I highly recommend it. During the spring and warmer months, I feel like it really projects, and it makes you smell very clean but sweet. And it's not like the classic clean fragrance, like clean sweet, where it's like clean sweet and lemony or clean sweet and fruity. No, this is like one in its own, and it's beautiful. This next one I got on recommendation from Angeles Perfume. She is a YouTuber out of Spain. If you speak Spanish or understand Spanish, I highly recommend watching her videos. I love her, and I also love her brother. I don't remember her brother's, like, I think his name is Andres. I think it's Andres. I'm going to put the picture of their YouTube channels here because I highly recommend. I think they have wonderful taste, and they've introduced me to new perfumes I would have never thought to try. And this is Tommy Girl by Tommy Hilfiger. I'll be honest, you guys, I avoided Tommy Hilfiger products for the longest time because of some things that went on in the 90s. Rumor, this guy was a racist. And then so I looked into it because I'm like, okay, let me look into this. And I guess it was a rumor. It never was proven. And so I was like, you know what? Let me try this perfume. And I typically don't participate in this cancel culture thing. It's just that I'm Hispanic, and the rumor in my town was that Tommy Hilfiger didn't want Mexicans wearing his clothes. And obviously that was offensive to me, being part Mexican and whatnot. And so my parents, when I was young, stopped buying me Tommy Hilfiger, and they just kind of believed it. And I never really looked into it, but recently I looked into it, and I guess it was like just a rumor. I don't know what happened. The 2000s and the 1990s was a very weird time, I think. But anyway, long story short, I bought this perfume at Marshall's for $24, and this is a very expensive smelling perfume for very cheap. This has like juicy, fruity vibes, and it's very clean and feminine and sweet. If you like Tris, I think you would absolutely love this. It's absolutely amazing. Very, very similar vibe, but this one has different fruits. Now I'll put the notes on the screen, but yeah, very, very good buy. Delicious, long-lasting, projects like a beast for a fresh perfume. And for the spring, this is a must-have. I absolutely highly recommend it. It is by Nina Ricci. This is the Rose Extase. This is like the jammiest, most delicious, sweet, elegant, beautiful rose fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. It's better than Perfumes de Mali de Lina. I'll say that, and I really don't care who disagrees with me. I'm sorry if you paid the $250 for Delina. I think you got scammed. I don't think that perfume's worth it personally, but this absolutely is. It's $30, which $30 US dollars is amazing for this. And yeah, it has notes of raspberry, some nice juicy rose. It's very fresh. It projects very well. It lasts forever on my skin. I'm talking like 8 to 10 hours, and that was in the winter. So I can imagine during the spring and now these warmer months coming in, it's going to do really well. Highly recommend. Very pretty fragrance. Untitled Parfum. This has become a classic, I think, in a lot of people's collection. This is a honeysuckle jasmine, like beautiful, 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 like white flower fragrance. You know, it's just gorgeous. It has some orange blossom. It's more than anything, I get the honey on my skin. This smells like honeysuckle and orange blossom. It's very classy. It's very elegant. I think in some really hot weather, it can be very strong and like almost like headache inducing. It's a very, very, very powerful, high projection, like strong perfume. But the notes are perfect for this time of year. I think this is too much for me for summer, like for Texas summers especially. But for the spring, I think it's just like the perfect perfume for this. The next one I have back here is Miyake Leu de Si Pure Nectar. It's a white tea and honey blossom nectar perfume. It's delicious. It has like this really, really pretty honey note to it, and it's gorgeous. If you like tea fragrances and fresh fragrances, this is absolutely worth checking out. It's very unique for a designer perfume, and it's also fairly affordable. This one I have a review on, comparing it to Narciso Rodriguez for her. This is Estee Lauder Modern Muse. This is a jasmine honeysuckle white musk fragrance. Mainly, it dries down to a beautiful, feminine, like clean white musk fragrance. And I think this is much better than any of the Narciso Rodriguez fragrances. No one talks about this, but it's 10 times better because it's not just like that typical, like stark, like sharp musk opening. And yeah, I don't like that about the Narciso fragrances. This has that beautiful, clean musk dry down, but it opens with something very beautiful. It opens with some jasmine, it opens with a little bit of orange blossom, it opens with like a little bit more to it, and it's a lot more elegant smelling. So highly recommend. And I'm not a huge fan of a lot of these Estee Lauder fragrances, but this is one that I think is definitely worth checking out. Last but not least is one of my absolute favorite perfumes of all time. This is my signature scent, or one of my signature scents. This is Dior J'adore. This is a beautiful champagne smelling, bright white floral with some elegant citrus notes to it, some honeydew. It's sweet, and it just reminds me of expensive champagne. If you want to smell like expensive and like champagne, this is amazing. I don't think this will ever like go old or out of style. And if you want something slightly updated, they have a new version of this J'adore. I believe it's called J'adore Infinissime, and that one has a little bit more of a deeper vibe to it. But I just like the original J'adore when it comes down to it. I don't think I will ever buy the full bottle of the new one. This to me is just my boo. And that is it, you guys, for my first spring perfume tray. I hope you guys found this video helpful, enjoyable, and relaxing, and fun, all those good things. Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video, share this video so we can grow our fragrance fam, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will see you guys very soon. Have a good day. Bye.